Okay, hello everybody. Today's date is October 24th, 2015. My name is Leslie Williams. You'll understand why I'm showing you this video picture of my foot in a second, so just bear with me. Now, I literally just left Scripps Hospital in La Jolla, California, San Diego County. I just left Scripps Mercy Hospital, the emergency room. I went there last night about 9:30, got there about 10 p.m. I took the 201, 202 MTS bus to get there. Walked my bike there because the perpetrators flattened my front tire of a brand new bike that was only 3 days old as of yesterday. Okay? Now, hear me out and you'll understand why I'm making this video in a second. Now, I apologize for the background noise, but I literally just left the hospital. I've been there since 10 o'clock last night. Just finally got off hospital grounds so I could have my cigarette in 90-degree heat wearing pants with a broken foot and a flat tire. And that's the reason why I'm making this video, because I want you to be able to see what's happening to me. So, let's also see if anybody bothers me when I'm making this video. Now, my name is Leslie Williams. I'm an organized stalking, gang stalking, targeted individual. I live in San Diego County, California. I am harassed and gang stalked along every single one of my routes, every single day, everywhere I go, through creative sensitization techniques, which are brought about around me, concerning me, about me, towards me, and sometimes even against me, including assaults. Everywhere I go, every single day, and the San Diego Police Department and the San Diego Sheriff's Department won't do one thing about it. I have literally called 911 anywhere between 19 and 26 separate occasions between August 8, 2011 up to this date. Every single time they denied my right to make a police report concerning me being factually gang stalked and the crimes that have happened to me. As a result, I am left in the continued victimization of it. They even made me homeless and are now arresting me for illegal lodging. They made me home. The organized stalking, gang stalking expedition of me literally stole my rent. Rent that was mailed, certified mail, return receipt through a United States Postal Service money order. They stole it right out of the mail. So go to Google and type in mail, postal employees and gang stalking, and then postal employees and organized stalking, then postal employees and organized stalking, gang stalking, mail theft and mail delayment. Then go to Google and type in how they create homelessness of targets, cross-reference to organized stalking, gang stalking. Then go to Google and type in organized stalking, gang stalking, separate search per description, like landlords, gang stalking, landlords, organized stalking. Understand? So, when you type that in, how targets are gang stalked to their apartment complexes, motel rooms, and then also along all their routes, you'll see that the target individual is intentionally, with complete malice of forethought and criminal intent, intentionally, covertly made homeless through schemes, maneuvers, techniques, and tactics and methods. And that's done in order to then exploit the homelessness to eventually exploit the target. Human trafficking is also involved. So, and then go to Google and type in organized stalking and police, gang stalking and police. So I think you'll be able to get the picture that I'm telling you, that every single description is the truth pertaining to the organized crime system that is perpetrating this criminal reality. Now you might think to yourself, well, what does my foot got to do with the gang stalking? Well, just bear with me for a second, because the reason why I'm making this video is to show you the heinous nature of these filthy maggots, okay? I'm finishing smoking my cigarette right now, so that's why I took a break. I literally just got off of hospital grounds. And now, when I broke this foot, when I broke this bone in this foot, and when you look at how your weight distributes onto your foot, your feet, when you walk, you will automatically realize, especially carrying at least a 15-pound backpack with at least a 20-pound duffel bag, and then usually a separate bag of things that I buy during the day when I'm out and about in the community, while using a bike, while also having to take the bike on and off at least 4 to 5 buses each day. Okay? Now, and I'm going to also make another statement. This bike being brand new is because I had to buy a brand new bike, because I went through at least 16 flat tires, 3 tire pumps, okay? And that foam inflator stuff that you put in tire inner tubes, because they were flattening my tires around 16 times in a 2-month period, okay? Constantly, every other day, every 3 days, every 4 days, sometimes 2-3 times in 2 and a 3 day period. slashing my tires. Now, fellow American citizens, I got indisputable proof because the perpetrators literally sent me text messages to my phone stating that they're cyber surveilling me. Okay? Absolutely. Now those text messages have been videotaped. They've been the video was then uploaded to YouTube. The YouTube videos of those text messages were put in a blog. That blog's title is UCSD and Law Library, Are They Networking Gang Stalking? I'll repeat it. UCSD and Law Library, Are They Networking Gang Stalking? I've been on national radio shows exposing what's happening to me, and those national radio show links, so you can listen to the shows, are in that blog. Fellow American citizens, I make this video to inform, to expose the truth, so you can observe the criminal, heinous realities that are happening to me and my entire life as a result of me being an organized stalking, gang stalking, targeted individual. Now the reason why I'm showing you this x-ray is because I wanted you to have proof outside of the diagnosis as well that's on this discharge paper pertaining to the actual bone being broke. They call it fractures, but they said fractures is the same word for broken bone. So that's written on this, and then you got the printout of the actual x-ray. Okay, so you can clearly see the bone is broke. My entire foot is swollen. It's black. Well, it's dark blue, green, and then light green. The entire foot is swollen. Now, as a result of me being harassed online, I'm even harassed online. So go to YouTube right now and type in gang stalking, bullying on steroids to see a gang stalking target being covered on the news. That individual is being gang stalked all over Santa Cruz County, which is right next door to San Diego County. It's the county that's literally right next. It's the neighboring county of San Diego. In that news broadcast, you flat out hear him state. In fact, you hear him state some of the things that are happening to him. It's been discovered on the internet they actually made him homeless. Okay, after that news broadcast, and you'll see a Lieutenant Larry Richards, a police officer from the Santa Cruz Police Department, talking about gang stalking. And you'll flat out hear him state that this crime's been going on forever and has even reached out into the cyber world. Now, gang stalking is not stalking by gangs at all. What it is it's a type of crime, just like robbery, rape, murder. It's the name of a crime. It's not stalking by gangs. Now, this type of crime is very intrusive, which means there's a lot involved in it. A massive part of it is based on deceit. Most of the things that are brought about against the target for the target to experience are managed, well, all of it's managed covertly, but everything that 98% of what the target experiences is through clever techniques that are very hard to prove. But they were stupid enough to give me a massive amount of indisputable evidence. Look at that blog, and I guarantee you will walk away with absolutely concluding that I am being gang stalked, because the evidence in it is completely 100% indisputable. It's in your face, literally. Now, you might think to yourself, well, what does a broken foot got to do with my bike and what they did to my bike in order to bring the effects of my foot being broken, to monopolize on the effects of a broken foot? I got a Twitter account. That Twitter account goes by the handle of the @ sign, like with, you know, the @ sign that you put in an email account, like @yahoo.com. So my Twitter handle is @HIGGINSGGGG. I'll say it again. It's @HIGGINSGGGG. Now, on my Twitter account, I get on Twitter and I make predictions about what might happen concerning me, about me, around me, towards me, or against me each day. I then take a snap screenshot of those tweet predictions, and then I go about my day wearing a running recording digital tape recorder. And I also obviously have this camera. If what I predict in those tweets and in my tape recorder verbal predictions come true after they've been predicted, it shows that I'm being gang stalked. It's one of my strategies to prove that this crime is being covertly managed towards me, concerning me and my property. Okay? So go to that blog. Now, as a result of me being gang stalked and physically assaulted 5 times, at least 3 of those assaults are in that blog. Okay? 5 times I've been assaulted. Now, as a result of me being a gang stalking target and being assaulted 5 times and knowing the depth of the filthiness of these criminal animals that are in the system that are managing this expedition, when I realized that I had broken my foot, even before I went to the hospital, I thought to myself, I better make a tweet prediction because they might try to take advantage of me having a broken foot. In other words, they could see I'm disabled now with a broken foot and then assault me and believe that they can really get away with a bad assault because I wouldn't be able to defend myself, including even possibly trying to provoke me to pull out my pocket knife that I usually carry on me. That's not on me now because I couldn't take it with me yesterday because I had court. See, I went from court yesterday to back to La Jolla. The court's downtown San Diego. I took the bus from downtown back to La Jolla, went to Rouse grocery store for a little while and said, I can't take this, my foot's hurting too bad. So I checked the bus schedule, took the last bus to Scripps Hospital, which I literally just left. It's right over there, okay? And then went there, was there all night long, just left, okay? So I just left, just walked off their property, got on this sidewalk and picked this shaded area to make this video. So the day that I broke the foot on the 22nd, right now it's the morning of the 24th. I broke it at around 4:30, 5 o'clock p.m. on the 22nd. Okay, went to where I sleep at that night. Next morning went downtown because I had to be in court by 12:30. They kept me there till 5:30. Yeah, didn't get back to La Jolla till after dark. Okay, so I figured, well, I'm not going to go and sleep where I was sleeping at with a broken foot, no protection on me because I had to leave it at that area because I was going to the courthouse, and you can't bring no pocket knives in the courthouse. So I'm not going to walk into a wooded area with a broken foot, a flat tire on my bike that I can't even jump on to try and escape anybody attacking me, with no protection on me. So I thought, well, I'll just stay up all night and stay at Rouse and use the internet. Then the foot started hurting so bad, I thought, well, if I'm going to be up all night, why don't I just go to the hospital? And that's what I did. So I got on the bus, and I went to Scripps Mercy Hospital, got off at the bus stop, and it was so bad, I couldn't, because there's a lot of construction going on. When you get off at the bus stop that I took, the 201, and dropped me off right in front of Scripps, but there's a lot of construction going on between the bus stop and the actual physical building of the hospital. Massive construction, which causes you to have to take a roundabout way to get back to the emergency room. I literally had to call the ambulance to take me. That's how bad the foot was. I couldn't walk on it. Now, the night that the foot got broken, I made a tweet. Hear me out and you'll understand why I'm saying this. I made a tweet stating, SDPD, UCSD, SDSD whistleblower breaks foot. Let's see if I'm assaulted as a result. Okay, because they will literally physically attack you when you're wounded because they believe it will enhance the physical injury of what you've already been injured by, a broken foot, and it's their way to monopolize on you not being able to defend yourself. Okay? Absolutely. Now, so I made a tweet saying, let's see, I broke my foot, let's see if I'm assaulted or attacked. Went home, went to where I sleep at that night, then got up, got dressed, went back to my bike, okay, in order to start my day. I was going to go to the hospital. I was going to try and go to the hospital after I left court if I still had time, okay, because I was only supposed to be in court for like an hour, okay. Realized I didn't get out of there till 5, but anyways, so I got up, walked over to my bike, and the front tire splat. I thought, well, I can't fix it now, I don't have time, so I just took the bike, went to the bus stop, took the bus to a gas station, filled it up, drank some coffee to see if the water would, the air would stay in it. It wouldn't, so I filled it up again, walked it to the bus stop, took the bus downtown to go to court. I was in the court building all the way from 12:25 up until 5:30. Okay? So by the time all that happened, I couldn't get to the hospital. But then by the time I got to Ross, it was hurting too bad, and I thought, well, I got to stay up all night anyways, because I can't go to the area where I sleep at, because they could attack me, and I ain't got no protection on me, because I had to leave that protection at the area where I sleep, because I couldn't bring no pocket knives into the courthouse. So I had to just leave it at that area. So I figured it was. See, it's getting dark now in San Diego at 6:30. I was still downtown San Diego at 5:30, still waiting for the bus. So I already knew by the time I got to La Jolla that it would be dark. Now, as a result of my Twitter activity being cyber surveilled, they literally sent me a text message regurgitating what I put on Twitter. and regurgitating what I put on YouTube. Literally. So that tells me they're monitoring my Twitter account. I still had to make the tweet prediction, though, just in case they would have decided to have assaulted me the night that the bone got broken. Because that's what I do. I predict what they might do concerning me, about me, around me. In fact, let me put it to you this way. Go to YouTube and type in learning disabled woman brutally assaulted on an MTS bus. Now, the day that assault happened, on October 10th, 2011, after I left the hospital from there, from the hospital, and went to UCSD library, I was mocked there, gang stalked there. Then when I left there and went to the camping area I was staying at, right next door to the San Diego FBI, when they used to be off at AERO Drive and Ruffin Road, that building, they're no longer in that building. I was camping 150 feet away from the San Diego FBI when they were located at that place. I was gang stalked at that place as I was camping next door to the FBI. On my way that night, for the day I got assaulted, back after I left the hospital, went to UCSD, did some computer work, got harassed there, took buses and trolleys to get back to my camping area. After I got off the bus to head towards my camping area, as soon as I entered that camping location, an individual was sitting there and threatened to assault me. With 5 bruised ribs, okay, and a concussion, okay, and a bruised neck. Okay? So that right there told me that these motherfuckers will even assault you even when you're wounded from something that's happened to you. So that's why I made that Twitter prediction after I realized my foot was broken. Now also understand this. This event concerning my foot being broken happened right in front of the law library. I stumbled on my backpack, and the way I landed on my foot broke the bone. So I picked up my dead backpack and duffel bag and went right inside the law library limping. And what is in the name of the title of my blog? UCSD and Law Library, are they networking gang stalking? So they could, and we all know as gang stalking targets, and you can, if you're not familiar with gang stalking, research this following statement, that through the physical observation of you, they can see what's happening around you, because that's how they prop up all the harassment you endure every day, is by knowing where you're at. So if they know where you're at in order to prop up the harassment, then they obviously can see that you're hurt because you're limping. And I got hurt right in front of the law library where I'm gang stalked on a feverish scale, that law library being on Front Street, right off of Broadway Street, San Diego, right behind the San Diego courthouse where I had to go to the court. Okay? Also gang stalked inside the courthouse. Absolutely. Got evidence of it. And the harassment I'm enduring inside the courthouse is the same exact identical harassment that I endured at multiple camping areas, UCSD, Ross Grocery Store, the North University San Diego Public Library, the Law Library. Now that proves that the same persons, or group is managing this entire expedition, because the verbal harassment is identical to a T. So go to that blog. Okay? So what they did was, they seen I had a broken foot, they waited until I got into my sleeping area, and then came down there and pinholed my tire. Now why did they do that? Because they know that if I got a brand new bike, all I got to do with a broken foot is get up in the morning, take the bike to the bus stop, and then along my routes ride the bike, and that won't put as much pressure on my foot. But walking with a 20-pound backpack on my back, a bike that's got a 20-pound duffel bag on it, on top of other stuff that's in the basket on the bike, they know that all that pressure will go on what? The foot. Now I got many audio files of me going inside the San Diego police counter inside San Diego City Hall, telling police officers that they're flattening my tires. I told them I've experienced 15 tire flats in not even 35 days. Now, as far as them gang stalking me through my current resting area where I might be currently camping at, the San Diego police will say, well, you were told to change your phone number. You're claiming you're claiming that you're receiving these threatening and harassing text messages as a result of your phone being hacked. Okay? They go, all you gotta do is change your phone number and you won't receive any of them anymore, and these people shouldn't know where you're at if you're claiming that they do know where you're at as a result of GPS tracking. I said, bullshit, because I was already being gang stalked for 2.5 years before I bought the phone. Okay? And the text messages that they sent me, a good majority of them is the same, pertaining to the theme of what's in the text messages, is the same exact harassment I endured on UCSD property. Do you understand? So if I'm ever robbed, raped, or murdered, and the police say, at any camping area that I'm at, the police will then turn around and say, well, Leslie, this happened to you because you wouldn't follow my instructions concerning your phone number being changed. Bullshit. Because the harassment that I'm still enduring today, okay, they were slashing my tires back in 2012 and 13. I didn't get the phone until April 2014. And I was already all over the internet for 2.5 years exposing what I was experiencing along my routes and at my camping areas, which is the same exact identical harassment I'm still experiencing today. So there ain't no, and I told the cop that. I said there ain't no way that flies with me or anybody else that's able to use logic. If I was already being gang stalked from August 8, 2011 up until April 2014 and me all over the internet exposing how, and then they send me text messages to my phone repeating how I'm being gang stalked, repeating the same harassment in reference to the theme of the text messages, he can't say that it's happening because you got a phone and they've hacked into it. Bullshit, because the harassment was already going on in the same way in reference to how they're harassing me through the text messages. You understand? So, fellow American citizens, they will literally flatten my tire so the bone won't heal correctly as a result of me not being able to ride my bike. So you might think to yourself, well, why don't you just put a new inner tube in it? Well, trust me, they flattened my tires so many damn times that I literally I went through 3 $20 bike pumps in the past 65 days. 3, because they keep breaking. Okay? I went through at least $70 in inner tubes. At least. Not including the aggravation and the frustration, and they will even put people up around me to stand by me or walk by me and say gang stalk and laugh as I'm fixing the tire that they friggin' slashed in front of the law library or at Ralph's grocery store. Okay? Now, all you gotta do is take all my statements, especially concerning assault and then threatening to assault me on the same day I got assaulted, where I'm still recovering from the assault that happened earlier in the day. And look at that. If they'll threaten to assault me the very day that I got assaulted, okay? Yeah, threatened to assault me again that night on October 10, 2011, after the brutal assault you'll see me enduring on the MTS bus. Do you honestly think, and then I've been assaulted 5 times, do you honestly think that they would not flatten my tire intentionally to cause me to have to walk on my foot that is broken? Now, here's another thing. When I went to Walmart and bought this bike 4 days ago now, it's the morning of the 4th day, it's a 26-inch frame. So why are 29-inch tires on it? Now, the same exact identical 2AT verbal harassment has been caught on multiple occasions in the Walmart where I bought the bike. Okay? 2 days before I bought this bike, hold on. 2 days before I bought this bike, I went and did my laundry using my other bike that I left at Walmart when I bought this bike. That was a 26-inch bike frame with 26-inch tires. When I went to the laundromat, I just changed the tires of both tires within the last 4 days before I went to the laundromat. Okay? One was changed the day before and the other one was changed 3 days before. I went to the laundromat that day, did my laundry, came outside, the tire was flat. So I had to walk across the street and buy 2 26-inch bike inner tubes. That ran me another $18. Okay? So then I go to I say, well, for screw this. I'm just going to buy a new bike, okay? Because also they screwed with the brakes as well. So I went and bought a new bike, 26-inch frame, which is what the tag said, but the fucking tires are 29 inches. So my 26-inch inner tubes now are not fitting into it. I've been up all night at the hospital. Oh, and here's the last thing in this video. Check this out. As a result of me being gang stalked on UCSD campus, where Scripps Memorial Hospital is on, Scripps Memorial Hospital is on the same property UCSD is on. You literally walk out of the Scripps Memorial Hospital parking lot, go right up the same sidewalk, and you land on UCSD property. So, as a result of the construction going on, when I walked out of the parking lot, I can only go to, I couldn't go back, see, because I had an ambulance take me from the bus stop to the hospital once I got off at the bus. So I didn't see which direction they took in order to get me to the hospital emergency room. They went all the way out of their way. It took 5 minutes for them to take me to the hospital, and the bus stop's right on the other side of the hospital. They tried to claim that they couldn't find a place to turn around and make a U-turn, okay? So, I get out of the hospital, and I can't make a left in order to get back to the bus stop because of the construction. Couldn't find the same road in order to get back to that bus stop, so I came to Genesee, and the only bus stops I'm seeing are for the bus route 979. So I'm having to walk in 90-degree heat with pants because it was cold yesterday. Okay, heat wave has started again by this morning. It was due to start this morning. Okay. So I'm having to walk up the street with a flat tire, a broken foot, can't find the bus stop, and then I gotta go to Walmart in order to correct this bullshit. And I guarantee you right now, when I get to Walmart, they're either not gonna have no 29-inch bike inner tubes, or they will not return this bike, or I won't be able to find a bike that's a 26-inch frame that I like within my price range that's got 26-inch tires. And this is the... So, I'm going to say something here, and I'm not going to say that it's happening to me, and I'm not going to say that it's not. But in closing, go to Google. Excuse me. Go to Google right now and type in how businesses will monitor the purchases of a gang-stalking target. It's all over the internet. So if they're doing that to a gang-stalking target, that they can see, and it's all over the internet, that they will choreograph the likes and dislikes of a target. Anything from food to what they might take for migraines, because targets get migraines too. And I'm not going to go there. But that aspect of this crime has even been covered on national radio shows, so just trust me on that. You might not understand it right now, but you could probably Google gang stalking and migraines, but just trust me on that, okay? I know you don't understand it and it sounds weird, but just trust me on it. Anyways, what I'm saying is that, so why is it on the internet that hundreds of targets are saying my purchases are being monitored at businesses? Well, gang stalking's already going on in businesses towards fellow employees, except when it's happening to an employee at work, no matter where their work might be, university, library, restaurant, movie theater, whatever. When it's happening towards an employee by their fellow employees and or management, it's called work mobbing. It just goes by a different name. So you can see that a regular gang stalking target like me, just a civilian who's not working at any of these places I'm being gang stalked at, if I'm gang stalked at these places and employees are gang stalked by their own fellow employees, and then it's on the internet that they will monitor the purchases of a target, then they could obviously deduce that I've already bought 4 bicycles now with 26-inch frames, and they know through the slashing of the tires that I'm buying back up 26-inch inner tubes. I go to buy the only bike that's there within my price range and the kind I like, a Roadmaster, but yet it's got 29-inch tires on it. And why weren't the brakes operating? The brakes weren't working either. I left there and you can barely stop with the brakes. And every time I reach an intersection, guess who pulls up in front of me right when I'm approaching a driveway? A white car, van, or truck. So go to Google and type in vehicle harassment and gang stalking, white cars, red cars, and black cars, vans, or trucks. Do it. No brakes, you pull up to a driveway, guy pulls out of the driveway, you can't stop in time, you either hit him or go through massive frustration to try to stop in time, especially now with a broken foot. These are the fucking things that gang stalking do, and if you don't believe me, please, and please excuse my language, I do apologize for that, just Google what I'm saying. Google how they'll pull up at intersections. Google how they'll monitor the purchases of a target. Google how they'll slash the tires of a target. Google how targets are gang stalked at businesses. Google gang stalking in police. Google gang stalking in security guards at businesses. So, when I go there today, I guarantee you I will walk out of there with nothing that I want, especially within my price range, because if they know that I buy 26-inch bikes with 26-inch tires, all they got to do is say, okay, through the tracking of me, they see I'm heading to Walmart, okay, I go there, there's only one bike on the shelf that's 26-inch with 26-inch tires, but yet it's $189 or $159. When I only usually buy bikes that are $99. Yeah, this is the filthy whore relationship that is happening towards me by complete strangers to me, people I do not know, in reference to who's managing this towards me. So, fellow American citizens, I suggest you go to that blog and you'll see what I got to deal with while I'm homeless. And I'm going to tell you one thing right now in closing. The illegal lodging tickets I'm getting is a direct result of creative staged events that are being brought about around me, concerning me, and towards me at my camping areas by police. They can deny it all they want. Of course they will. Do you think they're going to admit it? Even though they have admitted it on video. So they've admitted it on video, and I'm being told now that that video is not admissible as evidence by the public defender, my own lawyer. that's been assigned to me. So go to Google and type in San Diego Public Defender's Office corruption. Yeah, so go to Google and you'll see that I caught a San Diego park ranger admitting that they came to my to an area that I was resting at in Rose Canyon on August 9, 2015, gave me a ticket for illegal lodging, and they're now threatening to put me in jail for 6 months. I wouldn't be homeless if it wasn't for the gang stalking. If the police would have investigated me being gang stalked, I would have got an apartment back in 2011 and still have it today. Why get an apartment or a room for rent or a motel room when I already know I'll lose it because of the gang stalking? Because the goal of gang stalking is to make you homeless. So Google it. They created the homelessness and are now arresting me for illegal lodging because they know that people gotta sleep. Yeah, this is the ruthlessness and the heinous aspect of this crime. And if I get put in jail for this illegal lodging ticket, guess what happens? I lose Social Security and Social Services. That brings me in extreme financial destitution, which creates circumstances which brings me closer to exploitation. Human trafficking. It's organized crime in the system. Do you see how it works? And I've been all over the internet for years exposing it. Literally. I gotta go. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. So research all my descriptions. Cross-reference the material that comes up. You'll be able to then synthesize the material together. Okay? And then that will form the holistic picture of what's happening to me, because all these techniques and tactics and methods and things that I've described are aspects of the gang stalking that create the picture. I gotta go. I'm in San Diego, California. If I'm assaulted or anything negative happens to me today, on my way to Walmart, at Walmart, and or to my bike, because I'm going to carry the bike right into customer service and say I got to return this, especially if they don't have 9-inch tire inner tubes. All right, I got to go. I got a lot of stuff to do, and I got to walk in 90-degree heat with a broken foot because of these filthy animals. Yeah, this is shit I got to put up with on a daily basis. On top of being mentally harassed everywhere I go. All right, I got to go. I'm in San Diego, California. Thanks for listening, everybody, okay? Have a good day. See you later.